gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis. What a wretched hive of scum, dishonesty, and bad manners. Can we tolerate that? Of course not. My name is Darkhalibut. This is DC Universe Online, and it has been a little while since our last expedition. The Darkhalibut has been busy, educating the masses about correct decorum. And in this case, we've just finished dealing with a petulant young teenager who needs to, 1, mind her manners, and 2, respect her elders. She went by the name of Supergirl. And that is now all done, so let's hand that in and see where else we can get going to. Okay, that's that done. Right, I was hoping for some amazing little speech, but it looks like we're not going to get that. What else have we got? Yeah, we've finished this as well, so we'll get that handed in. Ooh, a ring. That's always a good thing. There we go. What else have I done, if anything? Oh, yes. Need to go and return to the LexCorp intelligence officer. Where the hell is he, anyway? Is he, like, right down there, if I recall correctly? Yeah, I'm fairly sure he is. Off the side of the building! Seems totally reasonable. There we go. That will not get old. Now, speaking of this is Booster Gold. I don't think I've used this one before, so let's have a look and see what he's got to say.
Met General's new metahuman research wing, funded by LexCorp, recently opened to handle healthcare for the ever-growing metahuman population. I guess they need to be ready in case someone like Wonder Woman ever catches a cold. No, wait, she's magic, right?
Thanks, Booster. Really. Very helpful. You do gain experience from that, so I guess there is a point in doing so. At least I think you do. I believe you have to complete a set number of those, and you'll get an achievement, which will also yield experience, and you can spend those points on things as well. Now, do I have to go back in here? Because I have a feeling I've actually missed what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's say, yes, return to the LexCorp intelligence officer. Oh, he's on site, yes, so he's in here. Looks like I missed handing this in to him. So let's go find him. No, we're not going to find him and get some answers. We're going to talk to this intelligence guy, hand that in, and then we can do something else.
Man, the place really blew up, huh? I'll make sure you get all the credit for finding out who deserves the blame.
Thank you, much appreciated. So that's all been dealt with, handed in. Very, very cool. Let's see what else we actually have. Bounty on heroes, mostly PvP, which obviously I'm on a PvE server, so it's not optimal. There's that alert we could possibly go and do, and then we've got 2 sides of the coin in Burnley. Chaos is breaking out of Gotham's Amusement Mile theme park. Oh, sweet. I can go back to Gotham. That's a great idea. Let's do that. Screw this place. I'm the hell out of here. Okay, let's warp out to the HQ. Like I said before, I'm a much bigger fan of going to Gotham as opposed to mucking about in here. There we go, straight back to the Burnley nightclub. I believe this should get me straight to where I need to go. Nice and quick, no problems at all. Do I have any mail? I do! Is there anything exciting in the mailbox? Let's find out. Huh, stuff. Okay. Hi, I'm just a fan. Here is a gun. Okay, cool. I shall accept your gun. I don't really use guns, but hey. I come in... it seems to be a lot of fan mail. Okay, thank you for the fan mail. Very much appreciated. Joining forces. I'm sorry, but I work alone. But thank you for your polite conversation. Jesus Christ, what is all this stuff? Science demands sacrifice. Okay, this looks useful. What the hell is that? Okay. Anything from LexCorp and things like that. Jeez. Okay, Warhol gave me something. Cool. I think Calculator gave me something. I could be here all day. Something from the Penguin as well. Wonderful. Good God. Now, this is something that would be handy and open all with attachments. That would be absolutely fantastic. Oh, cash. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with all of these things, but hey. Yeah, this is going to take an awful lot of time. I think I will deal with these later on. This is the next episode of the Totalbiscuit Chronicles, in which Totalbiscuit browses a full inbox. I think not. Much appreciated, though, all of you that send things in. I'm pretty sure he wasn't there before. Actually, this is a different nightclub, isn't it? Who are you?
Want to take your nemesis down a notch? This is the gear.
Love to, but it's way, way outside of my level range. No question about that. Level 4 there. Well, this is like level 24 and things like that. That requires level 9, but you need PvP stuff by the looks of it, and I don't actually have an awful lot of that.
Want to take your nemesis down a notch? This is the gear.
I have 84. Oh, actually, I could buy some of these. Let's see. Which one could I get? I could get this one. I have 75 of those honor points. I lose power, but I gain a ton of toughness, health, things like that. Yeah, I think I'll skip that for the time being. What else do we have in the inventory? Lots of things. Ooh, those are awesome that somebody sent. But there's no way I can wear them because they require me to be level 30. That is unfortunate. Yes, I would love to, but I can't wear them. I just cannot do it. It is not allowed. This ring sucks. Krypton Power Tech gloves. These were my second set of weapons, I believe. Can I actually put them in there? No, no, I cannot. There must be an easy... There's probably an easy hotkey to switch between Hand Blast and my staff, but let's think of what we've got for the time being. And that was the staff that I was using. All of this junk could really be sold. So much stuff. I need to empty my inventory immediately.
Want to take your nemesis down a notch? This is the gear.
Let's go with that. Right, we don't need that. We do not need this, and the rest of this is getting cut out of the damn video. There we go, all done, and I've somehow also managed to sell my...
but not so busy that I can't sell you some gear.
Yes. I wonder if any of these are actually usable. Again, the inventory system, especially the shop system in this game, does lack a certain degree of finesse, let me put it that way. There are times like this when you know for a fact that it's blatantly being designed around the idea of a console, so it doesn't work quite as well as it should.
This is the most prime merchandise in Gotham, and none of it's hot, I swear!
Yes, thank you very much. Unfortunately, all of this is way too high level. I think maybe they could really do with clarifying exactly what all these vendors are. I mean, I don't know any of this. It doesn't hover up anything that says, oh, you know, level 25 to 30 gear, or honor gear, or stuff like that. I guess maybe the icon above that indicates this, but what about all these different vendors that give different stuff? And there doesn't seem to be any information about that at all. Ooh. Now, that is an upgrade. Well, mostly. There's a bit of might from it, but it's otherwise cool. Yeah, I think I'll have that. Aside from that, that's probably about it. And I've managed to sell my hand blasters, so it looks like I'll need to be getting some more, but those are generally quite easy to get anyway. I wouldn't worry about it. If you sell a weapon, the chances are you'll probably get one in the next mission reward anyway. Now, back to the story. We're going to go speak to Twoface. That was actually in the tap room by the looks of it, and I don't think...
Things are getting lively in Gotham. Talk to Twoface for more details. He's in our North Burnley nightclub, waiting for you. Try not to stare. He hates that.
Am I in the North Burnley nightclub? There he is.
Let's play a game. I flip this coin. Heads, I shoot you in the head. Tails, I let you live. I give you a 50-50 chance.
Let me guess, that was the wrong Twoface. There's another Twoface in another nightclub. What the hell? Come on, SOE, really? It can't be serious. It is still Twoface, but it's okay, because we have to go to the North Burnley nightclub, which apparently is not this one. So, okay, we are going back to the sodding... Oh, dear. Back to here to find the other teleporter. That is kind of annoying and totally unnecessary. Now, which one is it? Sure, we can find one around here. I'm pretty sure it's around the edge of here somewhere. I don't really want to engage hyperspeed indoors. It never works out well. Hell, it doesn't really work out well outdoors. That's Metropolis Midtown. Did I go all the way around the edge here? I have a feeling these are... the other teleporters are hidden elsewhere. So I'm seeing tons of teleporters on the map. That's the Burnley one. That was the one that I was in. That's not the tap room. Oh, navigation is a pain in the ass in this game. Oh, it really, really is. I like the idea of having a centralized hub, but why couldn't we also centralize where the damn teleporters are? There we go. That's the one we're looking for. I miss being a mage so very much. Wonderful. Now, let's go find the other version of Two-Face. As in the one who's going to give me something useful, as opposed to his clone right there. Wow, Two-Face, you travel quickly.
You could flip a coin. Heads, we both head out to Amusement Mile and help Joker out with a little cop trouble. Tails, we let Batman take the Joker down. But I already flipped for you. See you there.
That sounds like fun. That's the kind of thing we're looking to do. None of this other nonsense.
Oh, good, you're here. But guess what? I'm not. I'm leading Batty on a merry chase around Gotham while Harley safeguards my new toxin formula. So make yourself at home.
We come for the toxins, but we stay because you're dead. Anyone that points out the reference to that game will win 5 imaginary internet dollars. Okay, we are heading on out, are we not? Where are we going? Great question. Love to know. The Joker's problem. Gets to Amusement Mile. Okay, cool. And it points me in the right direction. Can we engage super speed? Maybe. There we go. Engage super ridiculous speed. That is really hard to control. Ah, why did I not pick flying? I know why I didn't pick flying, because the last time I tried to do anything with flying, things went, ooh, hang on. Was that a...
I got the money for Timmy's operation from one of Falcone's men. If we don't pay him back in a week, the interest is gonna double.
LOL.
But the Falcones are gonna bust my kneecaps if you take this. And my kid won't get his operation.
I'm such a douchebag. Speaking of douchebag, haha!
Get out of here.
I think not, baby puppy. Let's rob his armored truck. God, I'm such a twat. There we go. Mine.
I got what I came for. Thanks, buddy.
No problem. Smack.
What? I feel so betrayed.
As you should. That's what happens when you don't mind your manners around me. You think that I was giving it to you? You entitled son of a pig. Ah. Criminals have no class these days, that I can guarantee. Seems like Gotham is in need of a new class of criminal. And I shall be the one to give it to them, oh yes. Over to the Gotham Amusement Park, which is guaranteed to be filled with fun and frolics. And side quests! And find the side quests. I saw a side quest. There must be one. Is this a side quest? Looks like a side quest. Oh, it's Two-Face. Never mind. Not so interesting. Ooh, collectibles. Gimme.
Welcome to Gotham Now with Vicky Vale. Harley Quinn, the clown princess of crime, the Joker's madcap mistress of mayhem. Gotham Now has learned that her true name is Dr. Harleen Quinzel, and that she was formerly the Joker's therapist at Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane. Dr. Jeremiah Arkham, head of the asylum, declined to comment.
Well, Vicky Vale's certainly on top of the storyline. Glad to hear that. I don't know anything about DC, and even I know that. Right, Two-Face.
The coin says I work with the Joker, for now. Just like you. The cops have arrested some of Joker's clowns. Heads or tails? Think you can get them free?
I'm sure I can pull that off. You gotta reward me with 13 whole Gotham dollars. Oh, Two-Face, you're so generous. Yes, ignore the fact that I've got 5,000 of the bloody things right now. Again, spending money in this game does seem to be kind of tricky. Oh, look, another dude. What's he doing? Is he doing anything wrong? Of course not. Incinerate him!
You jerk. If I ever find out who you are, you're gonna hear from my lawyer.
Okay, so I made him flash red for a little while. My laser eyes were kind of rubbish, aren't they? Let's be honest. I mean, usually this should burn out the insides of somebody that it targets, or maybe slice its way through sheet upon sheet of raw steel. In this case, not so much.
This is the police.
Okay, more of these riot officers. These guys are always a little bit irritating. Should be alright, though. I'm not too worried about that. Smack. You know what? I have to wonder exactly why the Meteor ability has a thrown crate icon. I don't really know why that is. Ooh. Oh, please tell me these explode. Please tell me these explode. Target.
Oh, good, you're here. But guess what? I'm not. I'm leading Batty on a merry chase around Gotham while Harley safeguards my new toxin formula. So make yourself at home. Check out my giant new Joker bombs. Dump them in the Funhouse air vent for a guaranteed gas.
Oh, yes. And you wanted to know why I wanted to be back in Gotham. This is what I'm talking about. This is the most enjoyable part of the game. I like the fact you can also use this as weapons if you so desire. They seem to work pretty well. Zap! Thank you. Kaboom! Oh, you guys. If only you'd been more inviting. Don't you know it's extremely impolite to shoot at your guests? Hard. Okay. Something about throwing these into the air vents. There's one here. That doesn't seem to count. Is there one around? Ah, okay. Apparently this is the only air vent that will work. That's not the air vent at all. Whatever.
Man down!
What the Joker wants, the Joker will get, folks. Doesn't look like those guys really enjoy my warm affections.
Hands up and weapons down!
I am hot stuff, baby. No question. I'm sorry. The puns. The puns. Lasers!
Call for backup.
Come on. Oh, Jesus. I'm running. Oh, I didn't have any soda equipped. Right. That's kind of inconvenient. Whoops. So, as you can see, things do tend to get a little bit trickier. Yes. Also, using those laser eye abilities in the middle of a fight is kind of dumb, and instead you should be using them to sort of snipe off enemies. Now, in the meantime, we have to get all the way back there. Thankfully, that will not take too long with the wonders of super speed, assuming I can stay going in the right goddamn direction. There we go. Onward, onward, onward. Half the fun of the game, as far as I'm concerned, is legging it across the city at a particularly high pace. Kind of thing that I used to love doing in Prototype and Infamous. And to some lesser degree, some of the other open world games. Just Cause 2 being a prime example. In that case, it wasn't really running at such a high speed, it was either driving or using the zip line. It works. Well, that little grabber thing. Right. We are back. Thankfully, that didn't take too much. I wouldn't call that so much of a corpse run. If corpse runs are that much fun in World of Warcraft, I would enjoy dying much more. There we go.
All right, you asked for it. Fire in the holes!
For what exactly? Thankfully, I do have some help. I do like the fact that it is a constant battle going on, and the NPCs are at least sort of there to help you. That's pretty cool. Okay, only 5 of these to go in there and take out 25 cops. Again, the quests in this game are often quite generic, and I have heard complaints about them.
You're gonna go with a big kaboom. Ha, 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 ha.
That's just creepy. You get the hell out of my head. Wow, okay. But the thing is, a lot of MMO quests are like this, but some of them make efforts to hide it. I don't think DC does, and you want to know why I don't think it does? Because actually it kind of doesn't need to. Because the combat and the way that the quests are presented in a full voice-acted format does make it much more enjoyable. So, it's okay to have some generic stuff as long as it's framed correctly. I don't think that's an excuse, necessarily. I think that perhaps some of the later content that comes in would have to be significantly different to this in order for it to be really, really fun. But I think that for the time being, it's pretty enjoyable. Now, I know a lot of people have actually got to level 30, and they were okay with the combat. Now they're onto raiding, which is supposedly sufficiently different. So I'm told, at any rate.
I got this one.
Oh, God, I'm going to have the same problem I had last time, aren't I? Get it away! Get it covered! Ah! Stupid slow! Why did I not re-equip that? God, sodding bollocks, and so forth. Yeah. Equip it, folks. Equip it! If you do not equip it,
back off.
Then you're a dumbass. Like moi. At least I can admit it, I have modesty and humility, ladies and gentlemen. That is part of having real, true manners. You must remember this. And indeed, what a wonderful, wonderful way to distract people from your villainy. Oh God, you're being mugged by a black person. I will help you and save you by covering you in lasers.
What are you supposed to be? Costumed freak?
I'll have your stuff, thank you very much. Why can I not beat this guy up? This guy's a dick. I mean, look at him. Yeah, costume freak, bloody blah. God, I'm upset. Also, I can't help but notice that most of my gear is broken. That I would view as fairly problematic. I think I need to do something about that. So, the best way to do that, I think, would be to use the Warp Rally ability to hop me right back to the nightclub and go get it all fixed up. It's probably why I'm doing bugger all damage, and why I appear to have bugger all HP. Repairs. Who amongst you is a tailor and a haberdasher? My hat! It is damaged! Cannot have this. Absolutely not. What a disgrace. Fast Freddy, fix my shiz.
Fast Freddy's got specialized gear, courtesy of the rogues.
There we go. Now, do I not look dashing? And yes, I'm aware that my cloak is a little tattered. Deliberate. Deliberate, folks. It's a fashion statement. Once again, do not assume that Darkhalibut is above and aloof when it comes to wearing gear that is somewhat shredded. I have a great affection and affinity for the working class. Right. Now that my stuff is fixed, I'll probably hit a little bit harder. So let's get going. Super Hyper Mega Speed. There we go. I would also say that I really like the design of Gotham much, much more than that of Metropolis. I mean, Metropolis is very sort of generic big city. The fact that Gotham's sort of always at night, which doesn't really make any sense at all, I might add, but hey, there you go, does add to the atmosphere of it quite a lot. It's the image of Gotham that you got from DC Comics, and perhaps that's maybe the most important thing about it. It's trying to reinforce certain ideas. This was where they got shot, wasn't it? As I recall.
Experiment 81. Adverse reactions to specific stimuli can eventually be removed from the subject via carefully measured exposure.
Crime Alley, if I remember correctly, was the place that Bruce Wayne's father and mother got shot and killed, if I remember correctly. I don't know much about DC, but I'm fairly sure that was mentioned in one of the quests. Okay, we're almost back there. Always nice to be able to have all of these distractions when you run around. You suddenly run into something kind of neat. I can't really do that in WoW anymore. I think I've played it too much, and it's nice to be able to do that in another game. A little bit of exploration, a feeling of the unknown. Not min-maxing necessarily. Now, let's see if I hit just a little bit harder now. There we go. Now, yes, I do, thankfully. Indeed. Fire! I take you to burn. Suddenly meteors. There we go. The best combat system. It's true, it's much better than most combat systems. Look at this. Just look at this. Now look back to your MMO. Now look back to me. Yes! My weapon is now a frickin' meteor. You cannot say the same, can you?
Emergency.
Alright. Go hand this one in. I say hand it in to the quest giver, which is a vent. You might think it's inanimate, but in fact it has a life of its own. The latest supervillain. Taking much less damage now, which does help. Kaboom. Bear in mind I've also got this sort of healing ability as well that I really should be making use of. Slice up this guy. That's a detective, isn't it? Those guys are generally a little bit more unpleasant. There we go. Smack him about a bit. I have no energy of any description. I need to really be smacking this guy about, don't I?
Call for backup.
There we go. Smack! Yes. Much better. Well, that guy's got, but it looks pretty awesome. Looks like a shiny blue stick. I want a shiny blue stick. Okay, so it can now heal with one of our super abilities that charges up there.
I'm hit!
There we go. Take him out. I don't even know if that's the most efficient combo. It's just the funniest I can think of. I need one more bomb. Where art thou, bomb? That's not what that actually means. This is more a philosophical question. Why? Why art thou a bomb? Were you born a bomb, or did you simply decide to become one at a later date? Was this a nature or nurture situation? Nobody knows. No, that's mine. Thank you very much. Goodbye. I'm buggering off with it. I nicked it while you let your guard down, and I'd do it again. Ooh, dings. Fabulous, fabulous, darling. apparently a new instance available as well. Unfortunately, the police do not want me doing that at all, which is extremely upsetting. Why would you do something like that? I was only trying to be nice to you. Mind your manners, damn it. Mind your manners. Smack. Mind your...
1199, request assistance.
Thank you. See? All it requires is a little bit of beating the idea into the...
You're gonna die laughing.
Indeed, there you go. Turns out those things hurt like hell. Explosions, who cares? Let's just throw a giant cardboard box at them. That is the way of the supervillain. And that's also the way of the supervillain. And it rocks. So that was the end of part 1. As with most of my DC Universe recordings, they're all done live and they end up being way too long. So I've split this into 2 manageable chunks for you, and the next part contains some PvP. So that should be being uploaded as you hear this.